In a quiet little town surrounded by green fields, there lived a man named Raghav. He was a kind and hardworking farmer, but he was deeply worried about his only son, Arjun. Arjun was lazy and careless. He never helped with the work, never studied, and spent his days wandering aimlessly around the village. One morning, Raghav decided it was time to teach his son a lesson he would never forget. He called Arjun and said gently, "Son, inside the old cupboard, there's a watch. Please bring it to me." Arjun nodded, went inside, opened the cupboard, and found a dusty old watch. He brought it back to his father. Raghav looked at the watch and said, "Now, take this watch to the market. Ask people how much they think it's worth." Without asking questions, Arjun went to the market. He showed the watch to different people, shopkeepers, traders, even some travelers. One man said, "It's worth 500 rupees. Another replied, "I'd give you 800. Someone else said, "Maybe 10, if it still works." Everyone had a different opinion, and no one agreed on a single price. When Arjun came back home, he said, "Father, everyone told me a different price. Some said 500, some 800, and others 1,000. Raghav smiled calmly and said, "All right, keep the watch back in the cupboard." The next morning, Raghav called his son again. He handed him the same watch and said, "Now go back to the market, but this time, don't ask about the price of the watch. Ask them, what is the value of the time inside this watch?" Arjun looked puzzled. The time inside the watch, he thought. Still, he obeyed. He went back to the market and asked people, "How much is the time inside this watch worth?" People laughed. Some called him foolish. Some told him to go away. Embarrassed and confused, Arjun kept walking until he reached a small repair shop at the corner of the market. Inside sat an old watchmaker named Hari, known for his wisdom. When Arjun asked the same question, Hari smiled warmly. He paused his work, looked at the boy, and said softly, "My child, you cannot put a price on time. You could give all your money, but you can never buy back even a single second once it's gone." He continued, "Time has one bad thing and one good thing. The bad thing is, the good thing is, you get to choose how to spend it. Everyone in this world gets 24 hours, rich or poor, but the difference lies in how we use those hours." Arjun listened quietly. His heart felt heavy with realization. He thanked the old man and hurried home. He told his father everything that had happened. Raghav smiled proudly and placed a hand on his son's shoulder. "That," he said, "was the lesson I wanted you to learn." From that day on, Arjun changed completely. He stopped wasting time and began working hard. Slowly, he became one of the most respected young men in the village. And he never forgot what he had learned. Time is free, but it is priceless. You cannot buy it, but you can use it. You cannot keep it, but you can spend it. Once it's gone, it never comes back.